הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב, הנה מה טוב, יאללה יאללה לה 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 לה. הנה מה טוב, הנה מה טוב, יאללה לה יאללה לה 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 לה. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. Shabbat Shalom. First, I want to welcome those in the room, Caleb's family tonight, here to celebrate the occasion of his bar mitzvah, and also welcome those at home who are participating through the live stream. Hopefully you received the email with our PDF of the Shabbat of Generation service. We begin our service on page 1, reading together, I Am Israel. All the generations before exist within me. All are present at this moment, dwellers in tents and tenements, weavers, tailors, bankers, physicians, beggars dozing in a sunny corner, fruit sellers freezing in the market square, mothers and fathers in a tangled chain, all those who studied the Torah, all those who settled the land, all those who were crammed into steerage, who broke the glass and circumcised their sons, 600,000 who stood at Sinai, 6 million souls who perished, Abraham, my father, Sarah, my mother, Joseph, my brother, Miriam, my sister, Moses, my teacher. Their voices speak in me. I am Israel. And we continue in the middle of page 3 with Because of You. Without you, there would be no me. I am everything reflected in your eyes. I am everything approved by your smile. I am everything born of your guidance. I am only me because of you. And I'd like to invite up Leah to light our Shabbat candles. We are on the top of page 4.
As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we in our own day be among those who kindle light.
Put the trick ones out, yeah. There we go. At this point in our service, we think of the week that is past, and we hold on to all of the good things from this past week. So if you had an experience that inspired gratitude, or there's something you're looking forward to, I invite you to share that joy with the community now, whether in person or in the comment section on our live stream. Yeah, Lori? Mazel tov on your son's new job. And Elvis? Mazel tov, way to go. So we thank God for all of these blessings, including the blessing of simply being alive for this moment in time with the words of Shehechianu on page 5. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, shehechianu v'kimanu v'higianu lazman hazeh. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, shehechianu v'kimanu v'higianu lazman hazeh. Amen. We continue with the responsive reading on page 6. For our ancestors, the seventh day was a sign of their covenant with God. They kept it faithfully. When their lives were embittered, Shabbat brought them sweetness. When their lives were peaceful, Shabbat deepened their joy.
Our ways are not like theirs. We have leisure time, retreats and vacations, idle days, but few steps.
We speak many words, but few that remind us of the covenant.
We praise proficiency of time management, but forget the holiness of the moment.
Let us emerge from this Sabbath, renewed in our quest for wholeness, reawakened to the urgent beauty of being present in a God-filled world.
Let's crown the seventh day by living, by tasting His sweetness, by feeling His joy, by opening ourselves to make Him home.
We continue with Lecha Dodi on page 7. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi, Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Penei Shabbat nekabela. Likrat shachor v'dibor echad, Hishmi'anu el hamiuchad, Adonai echad u'shemo echad, L'shemo tiferet ve'litila. Lecha Dodi, Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Penei Shabbat nekabela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha, Ki hi mekor habracha, Merosh mikadem nesucha, Sof maaseh b'machshava tchila. Lecha Dodi, Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Penei Shabbat nekabela. Hitoreri, hitoreri, Kiva orech kumi ori, uri uri shir daberi, Kevod Adonai alaich nigla. Lecha Dodi, Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Penei Shabbat nekabela. We rise together and face the entrance to symbolically welcome in the presence of Shabbat. Bo'ui v'shalom ateret bala, Gam b'simcha u'b'tzola, Toch emunei am segula, Bo'ui chala, Bo'ui chala. Lecha Dodi, Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Penei Shabbat nekabela. likrat kala, pene Shabbat nekabela. We continue on page 8 with praying together. Long ago, King David said to the community of Israel, "Now bless the Eternal your God." And the whole congregation blessed the Eternal, God of their mothers and fathers, and bowed their heads low. Now, in the presence of community, in pursuit of the sacred, in gratitude and awe, we too bow before the infinite. We continue with the Baruch Hu. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach, HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. HaMevorach, HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. Please be seated. I'd like to invite up Caleb to lead us in the reading on page 9.
Holy is the dignity that is human, sacred the mystery we call divine. Holy is the sacrifice made for those we love, precious the pains they take for us. Sublime the glory of the heavens above us, sacred the beauty that glows within us. Noble is the mind in search of meaning, the heart is happy that finds its way. Awesome is the power that rules our being, holy the kindship that makes us one.
We continue with the Shema, the bottom of the page. Please rise if it is your custom to do so.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad.
Please be seated. We continue on the top of page 10.
V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'v'chol nafshecha u'v'chol me'odecha v'hayu hadevarim ha'eleh asher anochi mitzavcha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibar tabam b'shivtacha b'veitecha uvlektacha v'derech uvshokbecha uvkumecha ukshartam leot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot beinenecha uktavtam al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha lema'an tizkeru v'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'hitem kedoshim le'elokechem Ani Adonai Elohechem Asher hotzeti etem me'eretz Mitzrayim Lichyot lachem le'Elohim Ani Adonai Elohechem.
Before Micha Mocha, we continue with a special reading for this weekend. We're celebrating Juneteenth, also known as Freedom Day or Emancipation Day, which commemorates the announcement of the abolishment of slavery in the state of Texas on June 19th, 1865. So this holiday honors African American heritage and is celebrated by people of all ethnic and racial backgrounds and is now a federal holiday. So you have a special reading thinking about freedom in light of this holiday. For years, 400 years, our ancestors lived each day as slaves. Many whose parents and grandparents were born as slaves and died as slaves despaired of ever experiencing a better life. But some kept alive the hope that tomorrow might be different from today. And they were mocked by those who asked with bitterness, "Why should this year be any different from the last?" That is, until this hope was finally realized, when the day came and the messengers triumphantly declared that slavery had officially ended. At that moment, the waters parted jubilantly, and all of the people marched together across dry land, and they celebrated. Oh, how they celebrated. A new day, a new era, a new life of freedom. Continue with Micha Mocha, page 12. Ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la la ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la la ya la la ya la la la. Micha mocha ba elim Adonai, Micha mocha nedar b'kodesh, Nora tehilot osefele. Continue at the bottom of page 12, celebrating Shabbat, the day of rest, with Bishamru. Bishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. We'll go back and do the first verse, which I accidentally skipped. Beini uvein bnei Yisrael, oti leolam, oti leolam, v'shamru bnei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. We continue reading responsively on page 13. Our God and God of the generations before us, we long to feel close and connected to you. You are the lasting memory of sages and students, of prophets and priests. We know you today as the voice of kindness within us. We know you also as the constant hope that lives in our heart. You are the sacred presence that connects everything. You are the one who creates and protects all life. We rise for the central prayer, the Amidah, the bottom of the page. Adonai sefatai tiftachu fi agite hilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Leah, v'Elohei Rachel, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor ve'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, ve'Konei Hakol, ve'Zocher Chasdei Avot ve'Imahot, Umevi Geula Lifnei Bneihem, Leman Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Hozer u'Mashiach u'Magin. Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, ve'Ezrat Sarah. Atah Gibor le'olam Adonai, Mechayei hakol, Atah Rav lehoshia. Mechalkel chayim bechesed, Mechayei hakol berachamim rabim. Somech noflim v'rofech olim, Umatir asurim, Umekayem emunato, Lishenei afar, Michamocha bal gevurot, Umido melach, Melech memit umechaye, Matzmiach Yeshua, V'ne'eman atah lachayot ha'akol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayei ha'akol. Please be seated. We continue with a quiet moment for personal prayer or reflection. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki ata hu melech adon lechol hashalom. Ki ata hu melech adon lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. V'tov beinecha levarech et Amcha Yisrael bechol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. שלום רב על ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. שלום רב על ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. תשים לעולם. תשים לעולם. At this point in our service, we think of loved ones who are in need of healing. Tonight, we think especially of Henry Horwitz, Beth Levine, Rabbi Jerry Levy, Jean Sanders, and Sue Shires. If there are other loved ones whose healing we wish to pray for tonight, please type their name in the comments section or share their name aloud. Together we pray for their refuah shlema, the complete healing of body and or spirit, with the words of Misha Berach, the top of page 18. Misha Berach avotenu mikor habracha leimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mishe berach imotenu, mikor habracha leavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. We continue our service, the top of page 20, with Aleinu. Please rise for the Aleinu prayer. Aleinu leshabeach ladon hakol, latetz gdula liotze breshit, shelo asanu kgoye haratot, velo samanu kmishpechot adama, shelo sam chelkenu kahem, vegor aleinu kechol hamonam. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא. יום Shemo echad. Please be seated. At this point in our service, we think of loved ones who have passed away recently or at this time in years past. Tonight we remember with love Suzanne Tarmy, sister of Kathy McClory, and the Yartsites of Wolf Arkava, father of Alan Arkava, Harry Feinmel, uncle of Nancy Nelson, Adele Goldfarb, aunt of Beth Meixner, Milton Jakobowitz, grandfather of Sue Shires, Liana Kessler, mother of Kaki Ray, Abe Mockrick, grandfather of Art Matz, Sandra Santer, sister of Alan Arkava, and Sharon Siegel, sister of Amy Arkava. If there are other loved ones we wish to remember tonight, I invite you to share their names aloud or in the comment section on the live stream. Zichronam livracha, may their memories always be a blessing. We rise as a community of support for the Mourners Kaddish on page 21. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, be'alma divrach hiruteh v'yamlich malchuteh, b'chayechon uvyomechon uvchaye dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala uvizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei rabbah mivarach le'olam olamei almaya, v'yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal shmei dekudesha brichu, Le'ela mikol birchata b'shirata, tush bechata v'nechamata, da'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu yaseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn, and may we be a source of comfort for all who are bereaved, and let us say, amen. So we conclude our service with Oseh Shalom. You can find the words in the middle of page 22. Please be seated. Oseh Shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru, imru, amen. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael. And before we conclude, I'd like to invite up our president, Lori Weinberg, to share some brief announcements, some highlights from our weekly email or whatever she thinks is important. Yeah, make sure it's on. It'll glow green.
Good evening, everyone. First, I'd like to welcome the family of Caleb Contreras, who are here tonight blazing the trail for our big reopening next Friday. So we thank you for letting us do this kind of trial run tonight. And we look forward to your bar mitzvah celebration tomorrow morning. The big news, the big announcement is we will be reopening for in-person services next Friday. We are asking that unvaccinated people wear masks. People who have been vaccinated are not required to wear masks. They may do so, of course, if they prefer and feel more comfortable. We will continue to live stream for those people who would prefer to continue to do services from home. So it's big, exciting news, and we're all ready and looking forward to our big reopening next Friday evening. And then the only other announcement I have is Torah study resumes tomorrow morning, and that is...
Or next Saturday. Because,
oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so. Torah study will resume next Saturday, of course, not tomorrow because of the bar mitzvah. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.